时吼，这个办桌这个行业吼，每一个都市做一两百种的菜拢有啦。每一道菜，阮拢会用心来甲做啦。这食的物件吼，都是要慎重啊，来甲处理安尼起，才会做好料理，互大家享用。
Throughout Taiwan, food celebrations are in the air. Known as Bando, these makeshift banquets are a feast for both the eyes and the stomach, bringing communities together to mark significant occasions like weddings, birthdays, and religious festivals.
办桌哈，它不是只有吃那个办桌的菜了，它是一种情感的连结，它也是跟地方的父老去做一些宣誓啊。但你在你的家乡、你的家里摆桌，那全村的都知道，就是这个喜庆的公开仪式的效用是非常强的，等于宣告，哇，我们这一家是娶媳妇了哦，好，这一家哦有新妇落成哦，你可能全家人都来哦，有可能小孩啊、孙子都一起过来，所以那个情感的连结不是你跟我的一个单独的个人关系，是一个家庭跟一个家庭的关系。
Neiman in southern Taiwan is known as the heartland of Bando culture. Decades ago, with few ways to make a living here, many residents turned to catering for its frequent temple festivals and community celebrations. Over the years, these lively feasts became a platform for culinary artistry, transforming Neiman into a training ground for master banquet chefs. Their creations would spread the township's name far beyond its borders, with 1 in 5 households once involved with the Bando business. One of Neiman's most celebrated masters is Wu Yixiong, better known as Chef RG. For over 40 years, he has catered over 2,500 banquets, winning admiration at home and abroad. His name has become synonymous with the preservation of Taiwan's Bando heritage, fueled by a dedication to refining the tradition with fresh ideas.
这做菜吼，当然拢有这个感情的存在。做到这个都市师傅，就是一定爱重这个变化，加这个菜色，拢一定爱艺术翻新创意。这个菜色一定爱改变。 袂使停留伫迄个较早迄种菜色，你若讲今仔来食，安尼明仔载来食，后日来食，我共款，人有感觉你这个都市变无路啊，无爱叫。
我们的中破塞哈，它有一个跟那个餐厅的系统不太一样的地方是，它要让别人认识，然后继续找它，所以它必须要练就。 他的功夫菜，他们会特别去注意哪些刀工，然后他们的风味是最好的，所以他们很讲究传承。
In the world of Bando, the head chef is the conductor, creator, and caretaker. They source the ingredients, design the menu, cook each dish, and orchestrate the flow of the entire banquet.
这个办桌最主要就是，我要食鱼，要食肉，还是我要烤，会当对谈，然后伊那照你爱这物件，甲你开计数互你。
For Chef RG, that flexibility is only possible through his years of experience and network of trusted vendors.
当然，供应商阮是有固定的，不过因品质若无达到我的要求，阮就随时都可以换啦。一张空柜交代按去做，就是要食较好的物件啦。当然，按爱尽这责任去工做好安尼尔。喂，啥？你明仔载吼，加一块刀啦吼，迄物件炒虾啦加10尾，只2个32粒啦，花枝肉2斤，三层肉片4斤，活牛鱼2斤，鱼肚嘛开唔对哦，安尼唔对。嘿，迄个尽量迄个小可唔对去，你麻烦你也改一下呢吼，好。阮出去买用这食材单，像这个就是全部的海产类，就拢开是这张单要用到的，这张猪肉类拢用伫这张单，所以伊要用的斤两尽量几粒方肉，阮就是拢写伫遮，因为阮要办一张刀内底，伊这货主有分做几啊部门。恁讲起来讲足简单啊，改一个尔，一路菜尔。比如讲好跳墙改掉，好跳墙内底就下10种物件，10种我就头壳一定爱保持清醒，就遐物件拢啊改掉，一场安尼11路菜尔。你也看这物件。头要到400种，所以讲我咧讲办桌人当时就爱保持清醒，就是安尼原因。这菜色有分季节啦，你若无着季节的菜，当然是较歹食。这个季节天气较炎热，阮就煎肉阮就较少啦。阮会做一寡较凉菜方便。我开3条尔。
The day's work begins as RG and his team mobilize for the banquet ahead. An entire kitchen, stacks of ingredients, and every table and chair need to be brought to the venue. It's one of Bando's defining traits, turning any open space into a vibrant kitchen and cooking in the heart of the celebration itself.
这是一件足辛苦的工课。你也看哦，这落雨，你物件你嘛是爱照正常的甲做有好哦。你若做无好，就怪主考就甲你怪东怪西啊。我们不会取消了，因为主人家没有说要取消，无论风台天落雨天，阮一定拢爱照做。因为毕竟人家拢够啊，会去互请，所以讲绝对爱做。风台天比较拢有较不方便啦，衣服都会湿掉啊，有的东西都不能淋到雨啊，而且迄油鼎。迄油鼎拢嘛袂使压着雨，所以讲这足侪种麻烦。
Today's feast takes them from their base in Naiman to a temple in Tainan, a few hours' drive away. The enormous work behind every banquet, the setting up, cooking and cleaning, provides work for numerous households. This has been a constant in Chef RG's life, a routine shaped by generations of skill and shared effort.
因为我做本这道是头17岁，我就加减有接触到了啊，有去餐厅做过了，但是外汇的23岁当兵回来之后，我才开始用这个板刀。其实哦，这个板刀这个行业哦，这交际应酬有清差啦。比较讲恁4个来讲，伊交际较好，啊伊交际较歹，啊伊亲情较济，伊亲情较少，这拢有清差啦。
The art of Bando is as much about people as it is about food, and bonds of trust help sustain the livelihoods of everybody in the business.
然后教会主嘛讲。奇怪啊！经过这疫情呢，你看无信的，佫更加呢，俺就是有责任去共人互安的工课共完成的好，啊因就若要用啊，因就介绍啊，叫俺去煮。
Though no two banquets are exactly alike, some timeless dishes remain a staple, appearing at nearly every one of these events. The feast typically begins with a cold platter, a symbol of abundance and hospitality to awaken the palate.
冷盘当然这是属于天气较热，啊什么叫做两盘，就是拢冷的物件，俺就爱较凉拌的物件来炒的。
But behind what seems like a simple opening lies a far greater challenge, leading the entire banquet from start to finish. The head chef has to coordinate staff, manage timing, and navigate unforeseen hurdles, making each banquet a test of skill and time management.
若要出菜，你就是一定爱配合按每一项物件，一定爱做好嘛，预备好。 啊了后要出菜，你唔才会顺序你才会。所以讲，一个师傅重点就是掌控前场，啊前场你就是这物件内要出啥，你若袂晓去调配的人出菜就袂顺啊，就足一碟拖延落啊。一顿饭你要食2、3点钟，人太坐会调，坐袂调啦。这师傅人伫这个现场，在发落这工课。 足关系啊，时间性拢爱去掌握好，安尼才有法度，才会顺。这是每一个师傅要做的人具备的条件呢。
我当过阿基师的追咖嘛，那我从旁观察中波塞哈，我发现他第一个很大的特点就是他的那个领导能力跟应变能力哈，要非常强。 中波塞在处理半桌的时候啊，他简直是战场的将军一样，是运筹帷幄，然后随时应变，因为随时会有出状况，你要随时去改变它，而且要条理分明啊。更重要是要足够的耐力跟体力，因为大概你办一个桌，大概要最起码要10个小时到12个小时，中间不得休息，然后就是全神贯注。哦，你那个体力跟耐力事实上是很惊人，所以平常你讲他们是一个辛苦钱呐。
Another Bando classic is the pork trotter noodles. The noodles, long and unbroken, stretch into wishes for longevity, while the pork trotter, rich and savory, speaks of wealth and good fortune.
猪脚面线迄个过程就像安这卤红麻呢，过杀杀过煎，煎了后正落卤。至于这个猪脚壳咧，就是爱撒迄个血水哦出去，了后正糊起来，正拌汤蚵落卤，卤蚵入味。迄种物件就是爱慢火细炖，食起来就感觉足加Q Q 的，好食。
Shark's fin soup is another Bando staple. Its preparation calls for a symphony of ingredients and hours of careful simmering. To achieve a broth that's flavorful yet never heavy requires a chef's mastery of timing, seasoning, and technique.
鱼翅根酸酸甜甜热热，爱到位，来就是有迄个香头无。一般出去咧做是拢大众化嘛，大众化就是爱配合无。 调配好势，迄个大细汉拢食会哈，囡仔食会哈，大人食会哈。
While their flavors are timeless, outdoor banquets themselves, once the heart of every celebration, are becoming rarer. Younger generations usually opt for hotels and restaurants, leaving fewer opportunities for the people who have long upheld the Bando tradition.
以前决定权大概都是在父亲的手上，现在不是了，现在逐渐变成子女、新郎新娘有很大的决定权，所以在他们的想法里面，他们就偏向西式的餐厅就好，因为年轻人就不会顾虑到所谓的人情那一部分嘛。
因为爸爸妈妈就讲我都来，甲庙照这香客大楼做方便啊。但是少年家讲，我一世人一遍尔，我唔爱食迄种香客大楼下加用这播放大的，我做无民主的，我要来餐厅，我几偌好看咧，佫吹冷气啊。
我感觉这嘛袂无去啦，但是会较少，因为种的吼天气热嘛。 就是拢去伫餐厅宴会馆嘛，无就是除非就是人的庙宇嘛，种放盘的人嘛较少因为种的人无爱，互下一代负担嘛。你当然你若像阮这宴呢，会想讲要办较济咧，互以后的子女好行路，较方便较痛快。其实食到尾我看伊嘛是了要转按较早的古早味的迄种气味，较早农业社会嘛，因就爱食，按这煮的都那个妈妈那个味道，因就较爱食这。
这个Bando吼，它一定会继续存在的。最主要是的番禺啦，俗啦，个大碗碗钱啦，咧主人教我希望食啥，含这个总部师伊的对谈伊会当参详。 我希望食着什么料，伊会当大家互相参考，要什么菜什么技术
Even as fewer people organize such feasts, Chef RG still rises to each one, determined to show Bando's lasting strength.
我捌曾经238都做一场，这就是安尼骄傲啊！
传播公司，祝福大家平安、健康、快乐，拜拜。
一切过程拢真顺利啦。这个人主家刘芳，大家拢非常的和乐，食了非常的满意，安尼阮就感觉讲会使交差啊。 算讲做这食的，上惊人敢讲食了对搭什么缺点，安尼啊，既然无大家学了汤头菜色方面变化，安尼吼，人今仔在食，感觉讲差，算讲有进步足济啊，阮也感觉人客若满意，阮就是满意。
Even as one banquet ends, the next is never far away. Small pockets of quiet are crucial for RG to center himself before the next whirlwind of work.
我喜欢周边的风景是这样啦，因为周边的风景一年四季特色都不一样。我心情不好了，或是无聊的时候，我都跑起来周边自己做，周边很凉爽，空气又好，啊又安静。毕竟按心情什么都放下嘛，啊会冷静，啊冷静了后，俺就会开始想讲，俺要做啥。我本来是预算头65岁，我有想要退休啦。毕竟阮囝因着职业军人嘛，啊所以讲可能我要再延后5年啦。等他们退休之后，互因来接，安尼较适当。这个放休困放假的时阵，因就拢有加减在学啊嘛，啊有在甲我斗3工啊，啊我拢要求我本身我做好，人互安尼工课，俺尽责任去人做好，啊对人方有尽量去交代，安尼就好啦。哦，啊这好歹毋是按在评断的，这是众人在食在评断好甲歹。双手，爱伫迄个大场工课，啊，搁伫迄个菜色的变化，含人无共，啊，俺做会出啊，啊，方食风评搁袂歹，迄就是俺的骄傲啊。
Amid the clatter of woks and the scent of carefully prepared dishes, the soul of Bando remains. Every banquet tells a story, not just of flavors and techniques, but of friends, families, and communities coming together. Despite fewer outdoor events like these being organized, the tradition lives on through the dedication of chefs like RG and their teams. Vibrant and full of life, ready to inspire the next generation of storytellers and chefs.